Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. When it comes to anti-aging, it's not just about choosing the right product. It's just as important to make sure you're using those products correctly. With the cost of everything going up and up at the moment, I'm on a mission to help you guys not only select the right products for your skincare routine, but get maximum benefit from them. One of my very favourite ingredients in skincare is a little hero called Argireline. Argireline, which is affectionately known as Botox in a bottle, is found in a lot of different serums these days. I think I've just tried about every single one on the market. It can give fantastic results, instantly minimising the appearance and depth of fine lines and wrinkles. But there are definitely some right ways and wrong ways to use it. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you how to use Botox in a bottle for maximum results, minimum product wastage, and I'm going to throw in a few extra cheeky skincare hacks in order to take your routine to the next level. Sit back, relax, let's talk maximum anti-aging outcomes. Now, before we get into today's video, I've got a quick cheeky favour to ask of you guys. If at any point in today's video you find yourself enjoying the content, finding it useful, and you want to support me as a sponsorship-free independent content creator, the very best way of doing that is reaching down and giving the video a big thumbs up and a like. The reason I say this is the more likes the video gets, the more widely YouTube will distribute it on its platform. So it'll just help as many people as possible discover our wonderful and growing Mad About Skin community. And for that, I'm always so grateful. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So when it comes to Argireline or Botox in a bottle, those two terms are often used interchangeably. If you wanted to get this key peptide in your skincare routine, you used to have to just reach for this serum, the Ordinary Argreline Solution 10%. Now, I personally love this, super affordable, really just hones in on that Argireline as the standout star performing ingredient, but doesn't offer a whole lot more. Well, fast forward to 2024 and there are now so many different serums and creams that use Argireline as its key ingredient. As I said earlier in the video, I've tried just about all of these and I've got some amazing next level anti-aging results from them. Now, whether you opt to continue to go with the Ordinary Argreline Solution for its simplicity and its affordability, or you go for a more advanced peptide option such as one of my personal favourites, the Stratia Interface Serum, it really doesn't matter. Do what works for you, and I cover some of my favourites in a recent video which I'm going to leave a link to up there. For simplicity's sake in today's video, I'm going to be focusing down on the Ordinary Argreline Solution, but there's a lot more out there, and like I say, just about every one of these serums and creams will offer something different. So check out that video if you want to go into the Argireline market in a little bit more detail. There's no right or wrong, it's all about choosing the right one for your individual skin's needs and of course budget. But in today's video, I really want to hone in on how to use Argireline. Doesn't matter which serum or cream you've chosen, how should we be using it in order to maximize the results? And to do this, I'm really going to lean into some recent studies done on Argireline, look at the data that's coming out of that so we can really tackle this in a scientific way in order to maximize the outcomes when it comes to anti-aging. So first up, I looked at a study which was conducted quite some time ago into Argireline itself and found that if used twice a day, consistently over a 2-month period, it actually led to an average 17% reduction in the depth of fine lines and wrinkles. This study is honestly what sold me on Argireline because I thought 17% reduction, that's pretty good. When you consider the price point, which often this ingredient is super affordable, that's a really good return on investment. And I've tried a lot of bougie lotions and potions that haven't delivered half of that. So that's what really got me hooked on Argireline and I've been using it ever since. But listen to that study. Twice a day. So I don't want to see anybody just using their Argireline in the morning or just reserving it for the evening. We need to be using it twice a day to get maximum results. So a lot of people will often, when I say this, come back and say, well, you can't use peptides with this or that or the other ingredient. You can. This is one of the biggest myths in skincare and I don't really know where it came from. Of course, each peptide is different and different peptides will layer better with certain other ingredients than others. When it comes to Argireline, it's super flexible. Yes, you can use it with your vitamin C. Yes, you can use it with your retinoid on an evening. You can use it with everything. And so don't limit yourself. Don't limit the outcomes and the results you can get. Use your Argireline morning and evening for the very best wrinkle reduction, up to 17%. And that's the figure that really stood out for me when I thought, yes, this could actually work. Now, when it comes to the application of your Argireline, I would always recommend people do it in a two-step process. So often when we're applying our serums, and I'm as guilty of this as anybody, we just sort of put a bit in our hand and then slap it on the skin. We're kind of rushing, especially on a morning when I'm always running late. I'm rushing to get through the routine. Now, just take an extra 20 seconds to apply your Argireline, and this could make a huge difference. So start by a couple of drops. Again, I'm using the Ordinary one as an example, but if you're using any other, peptide serum, follow this advice. It will work interchangeably with it. Put a couple of drops in the palm of your hand and dab it where you have those dynamic fine lines and wrinkles. For me, it's the laughter lines, it's the crow's feet, it's the 11s. I'll dab it on these points and wait 20 seconds for it to sink in. Because the Ordinary one is water-based, this will sink in like that, so you really don't have to wait a whole long time. If you're going for a thicker serum, it might take, 30 or 40 seconds, but wait till it's almost dry to the touch, and then follow in with another dose across the whole face. The reason this works so well is you're getting that targeted application where you need it the most, where you have those dynamic fine lines and wrinkles. But your rest of your skin isn't missing out. It needs that, it needs that anti-aging action too, so it's not missing out. Targeted dose, great anti-aging all over, and this two-step application process will honestly give you the very, very best results. These are my first two tips: twice a day and two-step application. Now, this might mean you're using 4 times the product that you previously would. So factor that into your decision when it comes to choosing one, which again is why I think the Ordinary Argireline is a great option, because it's so affordable. If you're on a budget, you can use this, use maybe 4 times as what you were previously using. You'll see 4 times the results. And this is what I think is really important. It's about offsetting the additional product versus the outcomes that you're going to see. And it's when I started using it consistently and using this two-step application that I got the very best results. Now, that's what I call like the basics, getting it right in terms of frequency and application. But make sure you also use it in a few strategic areas. So Argireline is wonderful, not only as minimizing fine lines and wrinkles, but it also has a plumping mechanism too. So a lot of the instant anti-aging we see is because it's plumping itself out and giving that skin the juiciness, the bounce back. So my number one hack would be make sure you apply a little Argireline to the lips. Now, the reason I say this is, again, often one of the first areas of the face to see those appearance of fine lines and wrinkles around the vermilion border, around the lip. This is going to be more pronounced in smokers or often people that drink a lot through straws. That sucking action from the straw can cause some creasing and some wrinkles around the lips too. But that doesn't have to be the case. If you use your Argireline twice a day on the lips, you'll notice a significant reduction in the appearance of those fine lines and wrinkles. Now, it's not going to be the equivalent of having filler in this area or, anything dramatic like that, but you definitely will notice the difference. You'll also get a little extra hydration. So once you've done this, apply your Argireline to the face, as I said in the last step, apply a little to the lips, and then top it off with your favorite lip balm. Adding an occlusive lip balm over the top is just going to lock all of that Argireline goodness in. So it's going to plump itself out. It's going to give you a little extra pout for your money, but it's also going to help minimize the appearance of those fine lines and wrinkles. Used consistently, this is going to have some long-term beneficial effects too. Now, the beneficial effects of Argireline specifically around the lips haven't actually been studied in detail. So what I'm going off here is anecdotal evidence from people that I've encouraged to do this. They've said actually after using it consistently for like 2 or 3 months, they start to see some noticeable improvements when they haven't applied it. So first thing in the morning, you look in the mirror and think, yes, those lines and wrinkles around the lips have absolutely reduced. And it's not just because I've slapped on product. This is before any product has touched the lips. So yeah, show the lips some love. And I promise you, after a couple of months of doing this, you will definitely look in that mirror and notice the difference. Along a similar vein to the lips, making sure you use your Argireline on the décolletage is just as important. We get creepiness here. This is going to be more pronounced in women. That's often as a result of the type of clothing that we wear. Women are more likely to expose this area to the sun, so you're more likely to have increased sun damage. Of course, that doesn't apply universal. It depends on the clothing types you wear and how much you like to sunbathe. But traditionally, women will see an increase in crepiness in this area, a loss of firmness and elasticity. Now, I'd always recommend you taking your skincare down past the neck and on to the chest. This is just a really good habit to get into. And don't forget your Argireline. Don't let Argireline be the exception to that rule. Include it in these areas. That way, you're going to further see that reduction in fine lines and wrinkles, that creasing. And this is really important in the modern tech era because we spend a lot of time, looking down, creasing all of this because we're looking down at our phones, at our tablets, at our keypads. This is often termed tech neck, which I hate that term, but people seem to use it a lot. And if you're someone that sees a lot of creasing here because you're using your technology, your devices, then again, a good dose of Argireline on a morning and an evening consistently is going to help smooth all of that out. So hopefully at this point, whilst it's been a bit of a whistle-stop tour, I appreciate, you now know how to use the Ordinary Argreline Solution 10% or any other Botox in a bottle serum that you have. A lot of this really comes down to being strategic with your application. Make sure you're not just focusing on this area of the face, but we're taking it to other areas where we want to see the anti-aging benefit too. Plop a little on the lips for some extra pout action to minimize the vermilion border wrinkles that we often see. Make sure you're doing that two-step application, particularly to get that extra dose on those areas you need it the most. If you do all of this, I promise you, you're going to see some next level results without having to have a plethora of new products in your skincare routine. Now, of course, applying the way that I've just recommended is probably going to use a little bit more product than you're used to. So if you need to trade down to a cheaper Argireline, do just that. Work within your budget, because I think application is just as important as the product that you use, and making sure that we do so in a strategic way to get maximum bang for our buck. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.